And speaking of fitting things in the right puzzle, putting together CRM, customer relationship manager, is that what CRM means to you?
Typically, yeah. For me, I would say like CMS, claims management system.
Okay.
They're all the same, right? It's project management focused on claims.
Okay. That's not as simple as it seems, right? What are some of the roadblocks that you ran into when you first started, but back in 2018?
Yeah, that's when I started getting really heavy into it.
And how did you overcome it?
It's definitely like industry domain knowledge in the claims process, right? Like there's a lot of software out there, there's project management software, but how do we get something that's gonna solve our problem as a claims professional? And again, you'll get a lot of different tools out there that get you 80, 90% of the way there, and then all of a sudden you start adapting the way your business runs to use the tool, right? It should be the other way around. Like, do you go for the hammer when you have a screw? You go for the right tool for the job. And that should kind of be the same for your software. And a lot of people kind of fall into that trap of like, I'm using this software, and they get invested into it, and then there is a certain like level of investment that you have there, so you're still like, I need to keep this going, but you start having struggles within your business, and you start adapting to fit the software when you should probably take a step back and think about how do we adapt our business rather than just, try to fit the software into that.
Okay, so are you saying that Claim Titan is malleable, meaning that it's flexible?
That's the idea. For me, it was configuration. We can be in the same city, the same state, and do completely different things in the same industry. So how do we have software that fits both of our needs? It comes down to configuration and being able to customize that. So that leads us down this whole rabbit hole of, well, I need to customize it for mine, but then that doesn't work for this other guy. So how do we build that into software, right? Because if you make a change for one customer and they're all using the same software, all of a sudden other customers are maybe not so happy. So now we get down to this battle of, okay, we need to make it configurable, meaning the user can do this. They can go somewhere in the software, there's some page, and they can change it. They're not having to get on a phone call with somebody. They're not having to ask us to change it. It's in their hands.
Okay, so there are a lot of CRMs or CMSs, right? Is that your key differentiator, or is there another key differentiator?
That was the initial. It was like, first of all, it needs to be configurable and customizable to my needs. Otherwise, I'm going to end up using other softwares, or I'm going to go hire somebody to build custom software just for me, right? So how do we fit into that piece where we have this happy medium where people get different use cases of it, but we're not like pushing them into a corner, right? So that kind of led to the battle of how do we get things configurable, and that's just one piece of it, right? The other piece is that, hey, we're now approaching this in a new time. We can take advantage of modern software and tech, and there's a lot of stuff that we can do that. Sometimes it comes down to how do we lay out our software? How do we design it? How do we put the pieces together? There's lots of little benefits and affordances, and that's just a lot of nerd talk for how do we give the customers value? How do we bring them tools that's going to actually impact their job, you know, in a way that we're not going to be spending tons of time to do something that's not providing a lot of value.
And I'm pretty sure, dealing with a lot of public adjusters,